Sri Yeridada Swami, also known as Yeriswami Yeridada, was a 19th century Avaduta from Chellagurki village in the Ballari district of Karnataka. Chellagurki is on the Ballari Anantapur road in the Ballari Taluk. This village gained prominence with the arrival of Yeridada Swami in 1897. His background remains unclear. Some locals claim he was from Tumkur and worked as a magistrate, but he often entered a divine trance, leading him to leave his job. He roamed various places, climbed coconut trees, and engaged in yogic contemplation. He had grasped the principles of Veerashaivism and the worship of the Shivalinga, ultimately becoming a Siddha Purusha. Another account suggests that his original name was Nanjundappa from Linganahalli, where he learned philosophical truths from a Lingayat scholar named Nagappa. He is also said to have served his guru Ganganarya and lived in Doddaballapur, Chikkanayakkanahalli and nearby areas before arriving in Chellagurki. In 1897, news spread through Chellagurki about a mysterious figure with long nails and an unkempt appearance meditating atop the Mallappana Tippe, a heap of refuse. The village headman and several locals mustered the courage to approach him and inquire about his past, but he offered no response. Regardless of the time or weather, Sri Yeridada Swami remained seated in deep penance atop this dung hill. Sri Yeridada Swami was tall with a golden complexion, long hair, a pointed beard, and a penetrating gaze that inspired deep devotion in those who sought his darshan. He exuded an aura of ineffable splendor, detached from worldly concerns, and lived in spiritual bliss. Street dogs and crows often surrounded him, but he never showed disgust at their presence. Instead, he joyfully shared the food offered by devotees and enjoyed their company. Having transcended the illusion of the material world, he viewed all beings as part of the divine creation and treated everyone and everything with equal respect and love. The locals experienced both fear and admiration for him. After repeated requests, he descended from the Mallappana Tippe and visited a few prominent figures in the village such as Bhimanagowda and Doddanagowda, staying at the Basaveshwara or the Kanya Parameshwari temples. After seeing him roam naked, the villagers took pity and dressed him, and henceforth he wore clothing up to his waist. He also frequented the burial grounds. Many villagers initially thought him mad, but their perspective shifted drastically when cholera struck the village. The devastating cholera outbreak claimed many lives in Chellagurki. During this critical time, Sri Yeridada Swami threw stones at several houses to protect them from the pandemic. This unusual action miraculously saved the lives of those destined to survive, while the homes he did not target faced unfortunate fates. Although he became afflicted by cholera himself, he cured it by consuming gruel mixed with buttermilk. Upon recognizing his divinity, women from the village brought their children to him, seeking cures for their fevers. Swami asked for a piece of jaggery and upon consuming it resulted in a miraculous recovery of the child. He looked gravely at others who were ailing and uttered the phrase, Jayanama Parvati Pate Hara Hara Mahadev, which unfortunately led to their mysterious demise. As a Trikala Gnani, or knower of past, present and future, he was fully aware of each person's destiny. One day a woman named Yamunamma was ostracized due to her leprosy by the village. She sought refuge at the feet of Sri Yeridada Swami by devoutly serving him, such as cleaning the entrance of the small cottage built for him by the locals. Her sincere devotion resulted in a miraculous recovery from her illness. On another occasion, two women visited Sri Yeridada Swami to express their financial struggles. He retrieved 2 snakes and offered them to the women. One of the women accepted the snakes reverently while the other fled in fear. The woman who received the snake as a holy offering was astonished to discover that it had miraculously transformed into gold. By the divine grace of Swami, she never faced financial hardships again. Once Sri Yeridada Swami approached the house of an aged woman mourning the death of her calf. Distraught, she reprimanded Swami for his apparent insensitivity to her sorrow. In response, Swami instructed the woman to bring the dead calf. He gently prodded it with his feet, and miraculously the animal sprang to life as if awakening from a deep slumber and ran back to its mother. The woman was overwhelmed with joy and cried tears of happiness. Sri Yeridada Swami is said to have had many disciples. Among the prominent ones were Tikkaya, who hailed from Andhra Pradesh and devotedly served Swami by constructing a cottage for him. Another notable disciple was the renowned Tamil Siddha Purusha Sri Ramalinga Swami from Padagacheri village in Kumbakonam city, Tamil Nadu. At the time of his passing, Swami asked a devotee for some water. After taking a sip, he uttered the words Shiva Shiva and thus became one with the Lord. His body was available for public darshan for 3 days before being enshrined in a samadhi set up by his disciple Tikkaya at Chellagurki. Although Swamiji lived for 100 years, his face showed no trace of wrinkles, maintaining a divine lustre even after his soul departed from the world. Sri Yeridada Swami shed his mortal frame at 10 in the morning on the 4th day of the Jyeshta Suddha month in 1922. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.